vertical. Once you click, you come to your main screen. You click and you draw. You input the dimension of which you want it to be. Let me try it at 3005. You enter, just so small. You zoom it in, you draw down to any direction of which you want it to be. Then I escape. Come to the second place here, I have my construction line. It consists of various types of line. So once you click your left click, then you bring it to the bar, you do your right click to show you if you want it horizontal, vertical, in angle, biset or offset. If you want to use in horizontal, you click on horizontal to bring it for you. You click, it's going to bring it for you on the screen bar. Then you escape, can redo, and come again, you pick your vertical, you bring it, you do your left click, you do your escape, you do your redo again, you bring it to your bar angle. So any angle you want it to be, let me try 150 degree. Then you put it as your enter, you see it's going to give you the angle you want it to be. You click, you escape. The next one I have in my drawbar is the polyline. So if the drawing is being provided for you, pick a line here, join it here, bring it down. Okay, now you need a trace of this line of which is not going to have any break. Let me show you what I mean by my break. If I click on this, you can see it's only picking this very one as the line of which I select. I escape. Then you come to your polyline. It's going to give you exactly what you've drawn on the screen. Bring it back here, you pick it from the starting. You do your left click. You come here again, second point, you pick it to the third point until you cover everything. You come to this place, you click on it, you bring it here again, you also click and then you do your escape. So how do you know you've drawn this particular line? You bring your cursor on it, you click on it. You can see it's telling you you click on the polyline. Then you can do your what? Your move. You move from this very angle, you bring it out. So now let me show you the difference. If I click on this, it's showing me everything. If I click on this very same place, it's only going to pick in this line for me. So now that's just all what you have to know about the polyline. The next one you have in your drawing here is your polygon. You do your left click on your polygon, you bring it to the screen. It's going to ask you a number of sizes of which you want it to be. I have 4 here on my screen. Let me input 5, which is the pentagon. I enter. You pick a point. It's going to ask you, should you inscribe in a circle or circumscribe? Let's make use of inscribe. You can see it's showing my pentagon, my 5-side polygon. So you can see a line at the middle showing you the radius. So I can drop it anyhow I like it. Once I drop this is my polygon. So even if you want to draw it in another way using the circumscribe method, you bring it, input your 5 as well, you enter, and then you also pick your what? Pick your point. You select circumscribe. You can see. Just only those who understand the drawing will know the difference between the inscribe and the circumscribe. So you pick it. The next one you have in this your drawbar. Let me erase this. I have the rectangle. This is mostly used if you need a sharp work because this rectangle is something just a normal line can draw for you. So you pick your rectangle with your left click and you come to your screen bar. You do your left click again and then you position it in the area of which you want it to be. You can see I'm drawing it as wider or as longer as I want it to be. If you want it to be short, you can just make it a very simple object and then you do your same left click again. You end it up. So just as if you make a polyline. So once you click on it, it's going to tell you, it's going to be showing you that all this is what is a single line. So you come here down here, we have the arc. You can see it is being written there, create an arc using 3 points. Let me do my left click, I select it. It's going to tell you start point of the arc. So let me pick my first point. I'm picking here. My second one is here, and as well I pick here as my third one. So you can see it's giving me this arc in two sides, but in the very angle which you want it to be, you can just come to your what? You make use of my very fast object to trim. So I've provided a very straight arc, but this arc can be used in diverse ways. I use it in the straight and direct method, but you can also use it in another method, which is you select this as well. You can then bend it in the way of which you want it to be. You can see the more I bend, why the changes happens on the polygon. Draw, draw. See, okay. So once you play with it very well, you just practice, you're gonna know the method of which is going to be comfortable for you using the hack. You come down here, we have the cycle. Let's pick in the cycle. I do my left click, exactly specify center point for a cycle. So I pick up my center. It's going to be asking me what's radius of which I want it to be. Let me input 10. I do my enter. You can see how small my cycle is. So small. So let me try it again. You come again, you pick a center. So let me make use of a bigger number this time, which is 50. I enter. You can see the difference. So down here I have an ellipse. So there are some kind of drawing of which you are going to be making, or which you won't need a very smooth or sharp curve. So you make use of some drawings like this, like ellipse. You come here, you specify your point by picking it, then you now tell it how you want it to be in height. Because the very first one I draw it was the diameter. So now if you want it to be elliptical in vertical axis or in horizontal axis, it is left to you. So now let me just input. As for mine, I will use 15. Then enter. You can see what it's giving me. So tiny. So if I want something like that in a very big way, I'll click on it again and take my diameter to be 500. You can see now. So then I want it to be, let me make use of 200. You can see this is not a cycle. Compare this to this, they look different. So we call this an ellipse, while this is a cycle. So under the ellipse, you have the ellipse curve. You can see the image. It said the first 2 points of the elliptical arc determine the location and length of the first axis. So let me click on it using my left click. Come down here and pick some drawings of which I have here before. So to make use of it, let me come here. I want an elliptical curve beside this rectangle. I will click on this second point as well. You can see it's giving me a curve, but it's showing me on both sides. You can see, but I'm telling it by drawing the line, by drawing my cursor to this side of which I want the ellipse to be more wider. If I want it to just be something very small, I will draw it close. And if you have a very prescribed direction of which you want to use, you can input it. But if you don't have, just what? You click on your height like this, and then you bring it up to this very side. You can see an arc has been made. Then you what? Specify the edge. That's all. So it depends on where you want it to fall in. The very next one, let me just say these are the basic things of which you are going to need under this drawbar. So to my right hand side there, I have the modify bar. Here, firstly, I have the eraser. It is being used in cleaning a drawn object or drawn line on your screen. So let me try by showing you some of the basic examples. You can see I have clicked on it. It's telling me select object. I will select this line. I will select this line. So once I'm done to selection, I'll do my what? I'll do my right click. You can see they all got missing instantly. So you can also do them in various ways too. You can do it by doing this, drawing your mouse down and then you come to your what? To your erase. You can see in two ways, but you just have to select the one of which you prefer. So under it we have copy. Even by the image you have to understand it very sharply. So I click on the copy, doing my left click. So it's telling me select object of which you want to copy. Let me just assume I want to copy this polygon, pentagon. I do my left click. I've selected the object. Now what? I will say OK by using my right click. So now it's telling me I should pick a very point of which I want to start copying the object. Let me pick it from the center. I move it out. You can see, so smooth. I'm getting a very straight line just because I've put my application in auto mode. I will show you the auto mode down here. You come down here, you see it. So you don't want to make use of your mouse, make use of your F8. You can see I can bend it now. But once I on my F8, which is by using it to make on my AutoCAD, my auto mode, it's giving me a very straight line, be it vertical or horizontal. So I drag my copying out. You can use it to paste as much as possible. It is being used when you need a very fast job. So you can see, let me use my escape. You can see now I have this very single object in 4 ways by making use of this my copy. So fine. Next one we have under it here is mirror. So once you do the same thing you apply to your copy, you do your left click, it's telling you select object you want to mirror. Let me drag up. So you select this very object, I want to mirror this object. So then you say, after you are done with the selection, okay, let me say I want to mirror these two objects. I'm done with my selection. So I will tell it okay by making use of my right click. You can see it's telling me specify first point of which I want to mirror it. If I just pick it from me, it might cause some confusion. Let me pick it from a very lower area. I'll pick it now. Let me drag it down. You can see it's going to mirror it. You can see this angle is facing up. So now it's going to what? Turn it upside down and giving me in the very specified location of which I am clicking it. So I've gotten this object in the opposite direction. So then I say okay. It's asking me erase source object. If you want the main object of which you mirror to got missing, then you will input your Y, which stands as what? Yes. So now I don't want it to get missing, so I will leave it in no and then say enter. So I'm still having my two same objects then in the screen. After the mirror, I have the offset here. This offset is the type of line of which it has been arranged. Once you click on it, let me click on it for you to see. Do your left click. It's telling you specify offset distance. So I'm going to what? Specify the distance of which I want the offset to be. Okay, let me pick 200. Don't forget, all dimension are in millimeter. So then I've input the offset distance. So now I will click on this. So it's asking me, should I offset it inside or outside? If I should offset it outside, I'm going to be having the same object like this outside of this polygon, but I will bring it down inside. By then it's the same way. You can see it. It's giving me in 2 ways. So I can also apply that same thing to this place. Don't forget, I'm setting offset. So I'll click on it and draw it outside. This one is giving me outside. I can do the same thing as much as possible as I can or as I want to do it. You can see I'm having it in multiple ways. You can bring it here also, do the same thing. You offset your 200 inside. You can see you're having the same thing. So the offset is very, very useful in engineering drawing.